You want to hear a love story?
Oh yeah.
Always. Always.
There was a time whenever all the people would come out in the morning when the sun came, and all the people would come and they would give gratitude to the sky and the sun and the light and its warmth. Day after day, all the people would come out and give gratitude to the sun. And in the Cherokee tradition, the women, the beloved woman, is the head of the village above all chiefs. The beloved woman is the one that makes all the decisions, final decisions for the tribe. And one day when the people had come out and they were all honoring the sun and giving thanks, the beloved woman felt something different in the light. And she looked over her shoulder, and off in the distance was a young man on all fours praying to the earth. And when she saw this, a small tear came to her eye because she saw what was about to happen. Day after day, the people continued to come out and to give gratitude. And day after day, the beloved woman and the elders would look over, and more people were over praying to the earth as well. And the elders saw that, and tears came to their eyes, and pretty soon there was a small stream that divided the people that prayed to the sun and prayed to the earth. And over time, the stream became a creek, and the creek became a river, and the river became so wide that the people that prayed to the sun and the people that prayed to the earth could hardly see one another from shore to shore. In the village of the people that prayed to the sun was a young girl named Nandiele. Nandiele in the Cherokee language means the morning star, the sun, or however you want to translate it, that morning light of life. Every morning, Nandiele would go down to the water to fetch water for her people, for whatever they needed it for, drinking, washing, whatever they needed. And when Nandiele would go down to the river, she would stand there and look at the beauty around her. One day when Nandiele was looking around, she looked way across the river, and off in the distance she saw what she knew to be the most beautiful young man she'd ever seen in her life. Her heart cracked open. She began to sing a song from her heart. And she offered her love song to the wind and asked the wind to take her love song to the young man so that he might know her love. In the village of the people that prayed to this earth was a young man, Sawasi. Sawasi was the greatest hunter. Everybody knew that Sawasi was the greatest hunter. Every day Sawasi would go down to the water to fetch water for his people, whatever they needed it for. And Sawasi would come down and he would enjoy the beauty, but he was always on the hunt. And one day he heard something in the wind that was different, and he lifted up. And when he looked way across the other side, he saw what he knew to be the most beautiful young girl he had ever seen in his life. His heart cracked wide open and he began to sing a song. He asked the wind to take his song to her so that she might know his love. Day after day, Sawasi and Nandiele would go down to the river looking forward to their chores. Day after day, looking for one another and singing their heart song. And one day, the great eagle came as they were singing, and the great eagle came and landed in front of the young girl and gave her an eagle feather. The eagle girl knew that her love had been heard and blessed, and she sang her love song for the eagle and asked the eagle to take it to the young man. The eagle easily glided over the river and landed in front of the young man and gave him an eagle feather and sang her love song. The young man received her feather and sang his love song, and the eagle rose up into the sky singing her love song to the wind. And at this time, Nandiele and Sawasi knew that their love had been blessed and it was time for them to rejoin. And they knew that the water was strong and swift, and down off in the distance, everybody knew that there was a waterfall, that if you ever went over the edge of it, it was certain death. Knowing all of this, they knew that their love had been blessed and that they had to join their love. So they began to wade into the water, and they could feel the water tugging at them, bringing them downstream, but yet they knew that they had to make that journey. Because they've been blessed by the spirit of the eagle, and they have been gifted the feathers to make them light to join his love. Fear did enter their minds, but they knew that their love was greater beyond fear, and what love lay beyond this fear was what they wanted to know. And after a while in the villages, some of the people began to notice that they weren't around, and they began to go down to the river. And at first they saw them, and they began to panic and cry, "Child, come back, the river's too much, come back. You're going to go over the waterfall, please, child, come back." And the whole villages began to come down to each side of the river, calling for their loved one to come back, please, please come back. And even in hearing this, they knew that their love had to be joined in that way. And as the people came to a place of not knowing what to say, when the young people wouldn't stop, they just wouldn't stop, and they got quiet. And when they got quiet, they heard the song in the wind as the eagle was over and over singing the love song. And the people began to realize what was happening. And the beloved woman began to sing the song that the eagle was singing. And pretty soon the people began to sing this song instead of screaming and hollering and panicking. And as they joined together in one voice, they saw that the river began to narrow. And as they got closer to one another, they realized that each tribe was singing the very same song. So they knew that if we can sing as one people, maybe we can save this love. So the people that prayed to the sun and the people that prayed to the earth began to sing as one. And whenever their voice was lifted up, the water began to recede. The divide that had divided this love and prayer and love for earth was finally starting to dwindle. But yet the couple was still so far downstream, they were about to go over the edge of the waterfall. And the people sang with all their might, with one voice, just in the hopes of saving this love before it was too late. And right before they went over the edge of the waterfall, the great eagle came and lifted them up. Flew them all the way around the earth. All the way around. And whenever they came back and landed, the river had been joined, and the people and the tribes had been rejoined as one. And to the Cherokee people, this is how the equator upon the earth was created, that line that teaches us balance. The up and the down, the light and the dark. The variations we experience as human beings. And this line was created with love. And being true to that love beyond all cost. So I sing this love song for you. Teo echaneo kaela etaweo ananeo wea Teo echanewea guguge ulaneo Ananeo wea na weo ana we kayeto we chane we nea na weo ana we kayeto we chane we nea we na we elani to we ka elani to we chane ke u Hanani yo wea ke o dale no di la we se ya. Hana ni o we ya. Na 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 we o. Hana we kayeto we chane he we ne ya. Na 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 we yo. Ana we kayeto we chane we ne we yo. Na 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 we yo. Elanita we o hini o unse we lea. Anani o we a. Ana eko we le sona ilo we na helia. Anani o we a. Na 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 we o. Ana we kayeto we chane we ne a. Na 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 we o. Ana we kaneto we chane we ne a. We o. Na 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 we o. Na 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 we o. Hana we kayeto we chane we ne a. Na 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 we o. Hana we kayeto we chane we ne a. We o. Na 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 we o. Na 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 we o. Na 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 we It's a love song.